Well, hello there. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and welcome to the Christmas edition of Joy News Desk here on the Joy News channel. I'm Noella Caranielli, and on behalf of the entire team, we wish you a peaceful, joyful, and refreshing Christmas or Yuletide season. Coming up, as Christians celebrate the birth of Christ today, we take you around the country to gauge how Ghanaians are kicking off the celebrations. Also, Gold Board set record straight on its trading operations following what it describes as misconceptions in a recent IMF report. We bring you details. And just one day to go to the biggest family event in the country, the Joy FM's family party in the park. We bring you details of what to expect. This is Joy News Desk. We're credible, we're independent, and of course, we're fearless. Stay tuned in. I'm Noella Caranielli. You're welcome back. Now, the Gold Board has issued a statement addressing what it says are misconceptions about its trade operations, emphasizing that it has made a significant profit in 2025 with an expected income surplus of at least 600 million Ghana cedis. Now, Gold Board clarified that it only handles local purchasing and export of gold for the Bank of Ghana, while the BOG is responsible for selling and trading gold to off-takers. The board also denied incurring losses of $214 million under the Gold for Reserve program, stating that the financials are yet to be audited. We're joined on the phone by head of Joy News research team for more on this. Isaac Kofiete, thanks so much for joining us. First of all, give us the background to the story.
Well, Noella, it's interesting. It's an interesting story that has been developing since yesterday. And we need to put across that the story Joy published yesterday did not have any element that stated that Gold Board was making losses to a tune of $240 million US. The story that was put out was that the Bank of Ghana, under its Gold for Reserve program, had incurred a loss of $214 million. And the IMF was fingering, the Gold Board offtake fees, as well as trading losses as the main reason why the Bank of Ghana, had that loss of $214 million US. And in fact, the fund's opening statement on page 22 and 23 stated categorically that if you look at the current domestic gold purchase program being run by the central bank, especially after the introduction of the Gold Board, the fund sees it to be a big threat to the financial stability of the central bank because they believe that there are significant trade losses that is coming from the Gold for Reserve program that is putting a lot of pressure on the balance sheet of the central bank. So those were some of the concerns of the IMF, and not to say that Gold Board made a loss of $214 million US. Of course, we have been tracking Gold Board, financial, performance since the beginning of the year. They themselves have actually released some of their financials for the first quarter, second quarter, and are preparing the annual, report, which according to Gold Board, they claim that they are on track to make a profit of, somewhere around 600 million US dollars. But the IMF biggest concern is the fact that the Bank of Ghana is making such losses because of the current model of Gold Board. Now, let's put across that the original model of Gold Board has changed. And this is the reason why a lot of people and analysts are dragging Gold Board into this whole equation. Because remember, Noella, that the original model of Gold Board was that Gold Board was going to get a certain revolving fund of $240 $279 million from government, which the gold board was going to use to buy gold from local gold miners and aggregators and export it on behalf of the country and give the forex to the Bank of Ghana. But we have checked the records in the various, budget documents that have been published by this very government. And you can see categorically that even as of September 2025, that revolving fund of $279 million that the government promised to give Gold Board hasn't really gone through. The government hasn't really met that part of the bargain. And so it has left Gold Board to depend on the Bank of Ghana. So at the moment, it's the Bank of Ghana that is financing the Gold Board. How are they doing this? We have a whole explainer on it on my Joe Online. The Bank of Ghana is using two ways. The first way is that it is collecting monies from the various commercial banks and using that to collecting the monies and giving it to Gold Board to buy the gold. And Gold Board then gives the gold to the Bank of Ghana, which Gold Board charges a fee anyway. And that is one way that they are using to sponsor the Gold Board. Another way is what the Bank of Ghana calls the use of high-powered money, which means that money, that fits with the commercial banks. The commercial banks' reserves and their deposits with the Bank of Ghana and Bank of Ghana's own generated money. That is what they call the high-powered money. That according to the Bank of Ghana, that is another strategy or another strand in terms of financing the current Gold Board. And so Gold Board is going to originally set up to get its own revolving fund, hasn't really gotten that money because government has not been able to meet that part of the bargain. And so now it's relying on the Bank of Ghana to get funds to buy the gold. And according to the fund, this is posing a significant financial sustainability threat to the central bank because currently the structure of the Gold Board is that Bank of Ghana is the one taking all the shocks. And so all the shocks that could have led Gold Board to record losses are now being shifted onto the books of the Bank of Ghana, and the IMF is worried about it.
Right. And Isaac, you have intricately taken us through the report or the explainer we put up on my Joe Online, but also take us through the possible remedies for the report.
Well, so according to the IMF, for instance, the IMF has never supported any trade that could impair or that could affect the balance sheet of the Bank of Ghana because already the Bank of Ghana is suffering. The Bank of Ghana requires more than 50 billion Ghana cedis in recapitalization because it is the same bank that took the biggest hit during the DDEP. They had to write off over 40 billion Ghana cedis that the government owed it. And so the IMF doesn't want the Bank of Ghana to be in that same situation again. So for the bank, programs like anything such as gold for oil, gold for reserve, and all of that, the Bank of Ghana should not be involved in terms of financing, in terms of, taking loss and all of that, because already the IMF has directed that the losses made under the gold for oil program, which was around $128 million, should be transferred from the Bank of Ghana or offloaded from the Bank of Ghana's balance sheet to the government. They don't want that loss to sit with the Bank of Ghana. It should be transferred to the original owner, which the IMF believes should be the government. And so at this moment, we are not so sure whether Bank of Ghana is going to take the entire $214 million loss as a result of its gold for reserve program, or looking at what happened under the gold for oil program, is the IMF going to compel the Bank of Ghana to transfer it to the connected SOE or state-owned enterprise? We are still trying to find answers, but the IMF still believes that the Gold Board is still a good initiative because if you look at the Gold Board financials, without it, the government it would have been very difficult for the government to intervene in the exchange rate market, which already the IMF is putting out that between August of last year and September of this year, the Bank of Ghana has pumped in or injected about $10 billion into the foreign exchange market. And it's even worried that if you are looking at the foreign exchange market, they believe that the central bank is actively, and that's the words of the IMF, is actively managing the foreign exchange market and it has an increasing footprint in that foreign exchange market. And so those are some of the worries. But in terms of the remedies, we've already seen the remedies that have come with the gold for oil. The fund doesn't want the losses to sit with the Bank of Ghana. We simply do not know how they are going to direct with this $240 million loss associated with trades, operational costs from gold board and all of that. But, I mean, it's interesting. Next year, Gold Board is pushing to have its own, the revolving fund. It's pushing to do its own trading, get its own money to buy the gold. We have already seen how Bank of Ghana is suffering for trading in that market, $240 million loss. So if Gold Board has its revolving fund and is trading, is Gold Board also going to be exposed to this, fiscal risk? Because we already know how the Bank of Ghana has taken a hit by, financing the current model of the Gold Board. The biggest fear is that we simply do not want this to end up like Cocoa Board, which was simply also bringing in huge foreign inflows to government, on average about $3 billion. It's currently that amount has changed, but Cocoa Board used to bring in about $3 billion to government. But we all know how Cocoa Board on the blind side, on the other side, was accumulating debt and all of that. Many do not want the Gold Board to end that way. But of course, without the Gold Board, it would have been difficult for government to get forex inflow of about $10 billion at the bank.
Right. Isaac, thank you. Thank you so much for that brilliant update on the Gold Board issues. We're grateful for your time here. Isaac Ofieje is the lead data analyst here at Joy News, and he's been taking us through an explainer we put up on My Joy Online on the IMF's report on the Gold Board. Now, moving on, government has officially rolled out its Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program with the issuance of mining permits to 2 communities in the Elembele district of the Western region. The initiative, which targets abandoned concessions, is aimed at curbing illegal mining while promoting environmentally responsible and community-based mining practices. Nathalia Kwanzaa has more from Anwea and Telekubo.
Government has taken another step in its fight against illegal mining with the granting of mining operating permits to the Niwa and Telekubo Responsible Cooperative Mining Society Limited. The permits were handed over by the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakufibua, marking the official rollout of Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program in the Elembele district. The 2 beneficiary communities, whose residents are largely engaged in farming and artisanal mining, became the first to benefit from the initiative.
The damage we have caused to our environment is so extensive. The destruction of our forest reserves and our water bodies was so extensive. We are even not paying attention that we are winning that fight. We have established a coordinated force called the National Anti-Illegal Mining Secretariat to coordinate our fight against illegal mining. Why was that important? Because the small-scale miners were telling us every day, everybody is coming, say we are fighting galamsey. Different groups, sometimes you don't even know where they are coming from. So we made a decision to coordinate it better. I know that today is a very important day. One of the critical parts, and let me make it clear, the NDC government is not against mining. President John Mahama is not against mining, but he's against irresponsible, destructive mining that destroy our water bodies and our environment and kill us.
The Chief Executive Officer of Roscodem, Engineer Frank Asare Pedro, urged members of the cooperative to strictly adhere to the rules governing responsible mining.
We stand here today to hand over the operating permit for the Telekubo Responsible Cooperative Mining Society Limited. The cooperative mining scheme, as we have it now, is his brainchild. So he wants it to succeed. We will call on everyone who will be participating to be law-abiding. We are going to take you through training that will take you through responsible mining, environmental rehabilitation, health and safety, and above all, mercury-free processing technologies.
Government believes the program will not only protect the environment but also provide sustainable livelihood for mining communities across the country. In Athalia Kwanzaa, Joy News, Elembele.
Now, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Kofi-Boah, has renewed calls on government to increase benefit and livelihoods empowerment against poverty LEAP program. Now, he says improving social protection for the aged is critical to ensuring dignity and security for elderly citizens who have contributed to national development. Speaking from Elembele, the minister argues that a country that benefits from the hard work of its citizens must also stand by them when their strength fades. Joy News has more from Elembele.
Social protection for Ghana's aged has once again been placed before government as the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Kofi-Boah, renews advocacy for an increase in LEAP benefits. LEAP is a government social intervention designed to support vulnerable groups, particularly the elderly, through cash transfers and other incentives to improve livelihood. Speaking to Joy News during the annual dining festival organized for the aged in the Elembele district, Emmanuel Kofi-Boah said the current support under the program remains inadequate. Insists that government must do more to improve the living condition of senior citizens.
Always try to advocate is that, last 2 years ago when we were celebrating the 8 years anniversary, I called for an increase in the LEAP. And I think that increase came a little bit. Obviously, it's still not enough. So we'll continue to call for government to increase the LEAP program for the old people and come out with some programs that really help them. Just making sure we have a country where that when you work hard, play by the rules, take care of people, be a good citizen. When you grow old, that your country will also be there for you. Your community will be there for you. Neighbors helping neighbors. This is what this is all about. And I'm happy that it has worked in Elembele district.
The event, according to him, aimed at restoring dignity, showing appreciation and improving the well-being of the aged in his constituency.
The elderly care has helped to transform the health, emotional, psychological needs of our old people and gave them a sense of belonging and a place they can go to. Some of them who have been stuck in homes and they have nowhere to go, sometimes that's why I am. They are not witches. It's all loneliness. And this center really has proved that it's a program that must be replicated, where we bring old people together and show that we care. And because people who have experienced this program have really transformed, their health has improved.
Beneficiaries of the program shared personal stories of transformation, describing the initiative as a source of hope, joy, and reassurance.
Biscuit was as one bibi kakra when flipum gaman sanko fini afibiala o shayen yapo bibiala o shayapo o ma yanya o ma hwe nyahen afisosa o friend o boy ya no ne community center ha bibiala o bo ye o yama o shayapo o ayala bibiala ina chi so o tien part to fine.
For Joy News in Athalia Kwanzaa, Western Region.
You're still watching the special Christmas edition of Joy News Desk with me, Noella Karanyali. We're taking a break here, but still ahead as Christians celebrate the birth of Christ today. We'll take you around the country to gauge how Ghanaians are kicking off the celebrations. Details when we return. You're welcome back and thanks for your company. This is Joy News Desk. I'm Noella Caranielli. Now, every year around the world, people celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ on Christmas Day. That's on December 25th. Now, in Ghana, it's a day and season filled with Christmas carols, tree decorating, families uniting, gift giving, and parties. Let's do a quick check from across a few regions on how people are starting the day. And we start from the Western region, where my colleague, Inathalia Kwansao, our reporter, is on standby. Inathalia, tell us, how are people celebrating Christmas from the Western region?
Noella, you need to have been here today. Christmas in Ghana is sacred.
Right.
You should come and see the euphoria around. What we call out the mask break. So dress, color,
Ina, can you kindly reposition yourself for me? I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me, Noella?
It's better now.
So you need to be in Takrady to see the masquerade, the euphoria around here, the clothes made with many colors from different with one of the various
Ina, we'll have to come back to you. There's something definitely wrong with her connection. We'll try and reconnect to her so we can get that report from the Western region. But let's come back to Accra, where my colleague Fatal Bayaga joins us with more. Bayaga, what can you report from Accra?
It's Christmas and we are here at the New Plan Station. People are still traveling to their various destinations to celebrate the Christmas with their families. Generally, this place is looking a bit empty as compared to the previous day before this very important day. Many people are still coming around, but it's not as compared to yesterday, where many people were stranded here trying to travel to their various destinations to celebrate the Christmas with their families. So let's talk to some of them, particularly starting with the station manager, to understand the situation today, and also talk to some people who are traveling to their various destinations as far as the Christmas celebration is concerned. Hello, sir. Thank you very much. You are live on Joy News. Talk to us about this particular day. It's Christmas. How is the situation like today here at the New Plan Station?
Okay, actually, they say it's Christmas, and it's also Christmas, as you know. For they have to travel here and there to Nkoko, Kumasi, and other places. But yesterday there were many people here, but today I don't see it like that. But the cars are also scarce here, so it's very difficult to get a car to Kumasi as at now.
Is it generally because of the Christmas?
Yeah, it's because of that, because of Christmas, because many people traveled yesterday. Yeah, that's
so. What does this mean for the business today?
Oh, actually, we are not getting, because the more you get it, the more you get the money. But now the cars are not here, so we are here for nothing, I can see.
You are those spearhead in this particular station. What do you then intend to do? Because I can see so many people stranded. They are looking for cars. They want to travel to Kumasi and other parts of the country. What would you do so that they can, travel and go and celebrate the Christmas with their family members?
Oh, actually, the only thing we can do is they should wait for a car to come.
Now, where are the cars?
The cars are on the way coming.
They've all traveled to Kumasi?
Yes. It's on the way coming. So they will by all means get car going. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. So behind me, you see people traveling to, who are intending to travel to other parts of the country, including Kumasi. And if you look around, the place is generally empty today because of the Christmas celebration. Let me talk to this man here. He sells water and minerals. Talk to me about the business today. It's Christmas Day. How do you feel? Is the business going well for you?
Oh, it's Christmas, but the business is going well for me.
Okay.
But the reason why I can't know the passengers, so they can't travel, so everybody won't go in hometown because of the Christmas. They won't go enjoy or go see parents. Me, I'm from Tsunami, but here I can't hustle. But this water, because of the traveling, so they are buying it fast. Okay. So I thank God. It's good. It's good for me.
It's good for you. Thank you very much. So let's talk to some of the passengers who are, intending to travel to other parts of the country, including Kumasi and Koko. They say they want to go and celebrate the Christmas with their family members. This is a very special day, and for them, they need to get home and then celebrate with their families. And you can see some of them clearly in a queue, waiting for their vehicle so that they can travel to Kumasi. I'm here with a few of them who say they want to go and celebrate the Christmas with their family members. Hello, sir. Thank you very much. You are live on Joy News. You are here. You want to travel to Kumasi to celebrate the Christmas today. You are not getting a vehicle. What does that mean for the celebration today?
What can I say? Like, I don't know what to do. So we are just waiting, so when it comes, we can travel. So it has made the Christmas some way, like, we don't know what to do, so I can't talk much.
But why didn't you travel the day before, or maybe earlier?
Oh, we came for a program, and we finished today, so we have to move today, that's why.
Let me also talk to this young lady who is clearly looking so beautiful. You are traveling to Kumasi. You're not getting a vehicle. You want to celebrate the Christmas with your family members. What does this mean for you?
Because it's been a while I travel, so it's a occasion day. I want to travel to Kumasi and greet my parents so that we will celebrate the Christmas together with my siblings.
So now that you're not getting a vehicle to travel to Kumasi, how do you feel about that?
Oh, it feels like I'm boring. Yeah, it's bored here, but I'll wait. They are saying there are some cars coming, so I'll be waiting for them. Although it's bored, but you have to exercise patience and wait for the vehicles to come.
But generally, what does Christmas mean to you?
Christmas. It's a day of celebrating. It's an occasion day. That's how I see it. Yes. Maybe I don't know what some people see it. Yeah.
But how do you intend to celebrate with your family? Are you going to go out? Like, how do you intend to do it?
Yeah, having fun, chilling with my brothers. Let me say my siblings and my parents too, because it's been a while. Yeah, and I've missed them too.
Thank you very much. So that's the situation here at the Neopaland station. So you heard many of the passengers who are traveling out of the city. But, Circle is a very busy place. It's one of the busiest places in Accra. And today, there seems to be low activity as compared to the previous days. And one other critical aspect of the city transportation is the fact that Okada riders support in terms of the internal transportation. They also have concerns as far as this Christmas Day celebration is concerned. But if you look at the streets, for instance, there isn't traffic as usual as compared to maybe yesterday or the days before. In fact, ordinarily, this place have been taken over by vehicular and human traffic. But because of the Christmas celebration, the numbers are quite low. The vehicles on the roads are also few, making traveling quite smooth today within the city. But we want to engage the mood of the Okada riders here, who themselves are saying that business has been quite low, or business has been quite low because of this very day. So let me talk to some of them here. Hello, sir. Thank you very much. You are live on Joy News. You are Okada operators here at Circle. Talk to us about the business as far as the Christmas celebration is concerned.
Fatal Bayaga. It's interesting what the station manager said. Says they say it's Christmas Day. Pretty much looks like a normal Thursday for him. But we can now take you to the Ashanti region, where my colleague Emmanuel Bright Kweku is on standby. Emmanuel, how exciting are the Christmas celebrations in Kumasi?
Well, in fact, Noella, it's quite similar here in the Ashanti region.
Right.
But I am not coming to you live from the stations where you normally would have a lot of these people coming around to speak with and all. But I'm currently at home And I want to engage, as you can see behind me, that's a fashion shop. In fact, you know, during these times, people are really critical about what they wear.
Absolutely.
And they want to know when a tailor is going to complete their wares and all of that. So I would quickly engage with some of them and find out from them what they make of the Christmas celebrations, especially here in the Ashanti region, especially for the trader, the fashion designer who is so keen on getting some of these items completed before today. Hopefully, I'm sure she is actually not really ready for us. Mommy, and then who's why busy pa. Your man come out.
For your 3 and Yamia don't what say a Sammy Jima. It did give home. A queer papa. This I said, I would die.
Now, Uncle Obiamba MG, and your be for an almost pressure amount.
That's a pressure damage. Every day is super great. Never man who have a great. They really didn't hear him. Swear, try and say. I'm not the mayor of the Amano. It's a Christmas lady, Radiant, a queer pa.
And your money boy, I have one.
Another boy of 4 apart from Bien who had that for him. Now, what Diana did that from Boko. Nah, Diana board day and Yamma. Oh, then say, no wire thing. Then to sounds, they say no wire thing. He said, I'm more Diana did than Yamado. A queer pa.
And the Christmas, the
Christmas.
For every carton or bucket of Lavos or honey tomatoes you buy.
You heard the Irama, she has been explaining to us how things have been for her, especially during this Christmas festivities that people brought to her for the Christmas activities done before today. Hopefully today she should be done. I also have this trader with me. Mommy, Mami Sumi Nundun Como and Brunyano Sena Echo. Minundin Como Kakrimina Yanko Senate, Brunyano.
Oh, Namia Dum. A Jabronia may be a bar. Better say more than this, better say more than this. If I bet you maybe I said that, not even maybe so long. Now, I do. It's in the media, so then I'm giving you. Yes, they had already been.
Okay, all right, sure, thank you. And so that's also a woman there. She has been sharing with us how the festivities has been going for her. She tells me that everything has been fine. She actually sells bread, and in fact, there's been a lot of people buying from her. So. Currently in Kumasi, we're having a lot of activities, especially for the day, aside from the fashion designers putting up clothes so that they have their customers receive them before today. And we're having some programs lined up for this evening. In fact, our own Lab FM and also Boise Beaters, they are organizing the Night with the Stars, and it's happening at the Ratri Park at Kumasi, the evergreen and spacious Ratri Park in Kumasi. We're having a lot of fun activities. Also, just this morning, we're having a lot of the churches also come around. They've also been to the church. They've also prayed, thanking God for a year that has been an exciting one. In fact, for everybody, the economic turbulence as compared to last year is actually not so the same as we had last year. So for this year, it's quite a good one for many of the revelers here, and especially traders here in the Ashanti region. So Noella, this is what is currently happening here in the Ashanti region.
From the Ashanti region, but how are you celebrating the Christmas, Emmanuel?
Well, in fact, I actually prepared breakfast for my nibblings and family.
Oh, nice.
So we had some English breakfast. Some bread with salad, with tea and all of that.
Right.
And then hopefully in the day we'll be having some jollof. So if you travel from Accra and then come here, then definitely
I try.
Buy jollof. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Emmanuel has been reporting to us from the Ashanti region. Let's take you back to the Western region, where my colleague Natalia Kwanzaa has some reports. Ina, you were telling me about how great or exciting, the celebrations in the Western region is like.
Yes, Noella. So like I already put it, you are missing a lot if you're in Accra, Kumasi, or any part of Ghana.
Right.
Christmas is Takra Day, and this is where it all starts. The euphoria here is so high. the masquerade, which we here in the Western region call Angkor, which is about 100 groups you can imagine. And each group has not less than 1,000 people registering with them. And so this morning, there are various places where they are dressing up, they are warming up. You can see each group has its own attire made up of different colors, which we call the coat of many colors. And this attire, like I said yesterday, from kids to adults, it ranges from 250 to 500 cities. And for some of them, they have been at what they call the tailor room for 3 days. Fortunately for some people, they got their attire, and today they are rehearsing to come to Amalfi. Amalfi is where this Angkor began years ago, before other people also joined from other parts of the Western region. And so they are going to start the carnival from Amalfi today. And for those who were not able to get the attire, well, you can see how disappointed. You can feel how disappointed they would be, because everybody would want to don in this clothes of many colors and then have fun. And so for some of them, they have to resort to using their old clothes from last year.
Right.
So this morning, it's really fun out there. If you are coming to Takoradi or the Western region, you should hurry up, because it's going to be fun throughout.
I mean, Ina, you're not the only one telling me about how fun the Western region is, especially in times like these. I hear a lot about the Angkors and the masquerades. Probably tomorrow I should make my way to the Western region. What do you think?
You should. Santi is missing it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Natalia. Now, barely 24 hours to go in preparations for the biggest musical concert in Kumasi. The Obuasi Bitters Love FM Night with the Stars are shaping up in earnest at the evergreen and spacious Ratri Park. We'll bring you a report on that pretty much later. But you're watching Joy News Desk with me, Noella, Karen Yali. Let's take a quick breather. We're back with more.
Thanks for staying with us. It's time for business. I am Michelle Lejakun. And now to our stories. Isnafo North Cooperative Cocoa Farmers Union says it is bent on bringing living income gap of their members to better their living conditions and income. This commitment was reaffirmed at the union's end-of-year meeting held in the Ahafo region, where leadership briefed members on achievements made during the 2025 cocoa season and outlined key targets yet to be achieved.
The Isafo North Cooperative Cocoa Farmers Union brought together representatives from its 75 cooperative communities for its end-of-year meeting. The gathering provided an opportunity for leadership to brief members on achievements chalked up during the 2025 cocoa season, while also highlighting targets yet to be met. Emmanuel Nanasapon is the president of Isafo North Cooperative Cocoa Farmers Union.
As I mentioned, the Isafo is a cocoa group, a cocoa cooperative, which envisages to support its farmers in terms of development, in terms of relieving them from economic hardships, and then supporting them to have good agricultural practices. In view of that, we are now training them on, or talking to them, to turn to organic farming. When we start organic farming, it is going to support the farmers in various ways. Like talking about climate change, we are not going to use chemicals that are pesticides to spray our farms.
Management of the union says capacity building initiatives and farmer education remain central to its mission as cocoa farmers continue to face challenges, including low yields and rising production costs.
And one of the progress that we've made as a union with the support of our partner, 20 Open Chain, is the building of community projects like teachers' quarters at Manukrum. We have also built a GSS block at Anyanya and KG block at Junase. So these are the things that we are doing to improve the lives of the farmers in their various communities. And we've done this, not only this, through the support of the premium, we have also been able to raise other projects in other communities through the support of the fair trade premium. And as I always see, apart from maybe organic certificate, you cannot compare fair trade certificate to any other certification.
The union says it will intensify efforts in the coming season to strengthen farmer livelihood and ensure sustainable cocoa production across the Asonafo North Pality.
Away from that, the Chief Executive Officer of the Tree Crops Development Authority, TCDA, Dr. Andy Osei-Okra, says the authority will intensify its support for actors across the tree crops value chain as Ghana moves into 2026. Speaking at the TDCA's maiden Christmas Carol and Thanksgiving service in Accra, Dr. Okra said the coming year will mark a period of acceleration with focused interventions aimed at strengthening production, processing and marketing within the tree crops sector.
Maiden Tree Crops Development Authority Christmas Carols and Thanksgiving service was more than a seasonal celebration. It was to deliberate, pause to give thanks, and to acknowledge the collective effort that has driven the authority's growth over the past year. Chief Executive of TCDA, Dr. Andy Osei-Okra says the authority will continue to support players within the value chain.
The year has been very good to us. For us, we got here indicated that we didn't know anything about TCDA. We started extensive strengthening stakeholder engagement as another thing altogether, because we have a varied stakeholders. As we are speaking, we are happy to say that at least zonal officers are working, and more importantly, the northern sector zonal office was put in place. So we are very grateful. This is the first time in the history of Ghana that TCDA mentioned in the government budget of Ghana. President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, thinks that we can leverage on oil palm to transform this nation. In terms of pricing, all our crops will set the price, the minimum price for them. The recent one, which is mandated by law, December 15th, cashew has been set full. And today, the formula that needs to be approved by the board to roll out determining price for coconut was done today.
The Thanksgiving and Carol service was intentionally organized. TCDA's value chain actors, stakeholders, development partners, traditional leaders, parliament, and government institutions whose collective support sustain the authority's work under the researching agenda.
And here's how we wrap up on business news. I am Michelle Lejekum. There's more business news when you log on to myjoyonline.com. Noella?
Thank you so much, Michelle. Looks like we got a same memo on what color to choose for that outfit.
Yeah. I mean, these are our own Christmas colors.
Right? How are you celebrating the Christmas?
At work, really.
So boring. But anyways, you can log on to myjoyonline.com for more of our local and international stories. We've got great programming coming your way, and so stay with us. This is Joy News. I'm Noella Karen Yali. Good morning.
Okay.